Welcome to the second lecture of the JOS called Arjun Program 1.0. Here we'll be covering the test of screening, that is OIR. Here in OIR we get to learn about logical reasoning and paths, which we'll discuss about. About the JOS squad, we are a group of ex-NDAs taking care of the SSB mentoring, coaching, talk, along with a lot of army veterans and officers. You can reach to us through the Instagram, the JOS squad, and you can also join our Telegram group. The link to the Telegram is TME/the Josh squad. All right, continuing to the process. So talking about the Josh squad, it is an initiative by ex-NDA board out cadets who want to train quality students for SSB and give them free resources with quality, and our aim is to provide quality officers to the nation. For now, our aim is to break the chains of high fee charging defense education along with a board of officers who belong to the armed forces. Our objectives are free resources for all, right to free education because of the high charging defense training academies. We want to develop officer-like qualities into the quality students and also to raise awareness about the cadets who are getting boarded out medically from the commission academies, from IMA, AFA, OTA, INA, and most of all, NDA. Arjun 1.0 is the first initiation by the Josh squad to train 30 candidates for free, which is going on right now. We include the modules which include screening test of PPDT and OIR, where in PPDT we have already covered the videos for story writing, narration, and group discussion. For PIQ filling, which is directly linked to the personal interview, we will be discussing the PIQ in very detail. For psych test, we conduct VAT, TAT, and SRT classes. GTO, GPE, lecturate, everything is covered in the Arjun 1 program. For personal interviews, we have retired officers from Indian Armed Forces to train you. An ideal leader has to be aware about the ongoing situation in the country as well as in the world. So we cover general awareness and current affairs in this program. The whole duration of the capsule is 21 days, where we conduct all of these modules. Benefits of joining Arjun 1.0. The next series will be Arjun 2.0, which will be declared soon enough. We tend to cover the points that are skill enhancement of an individual, personality development, doesn't matter just for forces, but overall development of an individual, officer-like quality, career advancements that one can always use in no matter what field you are, critical thinking that makes you a better human being and an ideal Indian citizen, building up confidence that makes you stand out in the crowd no matter what career field you belong to, and obviously recommendation by the board. That means our mindset is set towards SSB clearing, and as we have a lot of experience in it, we know how to train one in it. The present board consists of 4 core members, that is Saksham Chaudhary from Golf 141st course, Kangshit Bhatti, that is me from Echo 143rd course, Udit from Lima 144th course. Our leading officer, retired Colonel Gaurav, is from Mike 97th course, who has a wide experience in the Indian Army. We have a lot more teaching enthusiasts encouraging us to join with us. So coming to the second part of the screening test, which is OIR, where OIR stands for Officers Intelligence Rating, where your logical and analytical thinking is continuously tested through questions which are verbal and non-verbal. Here in this Arjun 1 program, we train you to tackle problems and make snap decisions while the heat is on you. So basically OIR are of 2 types. One is verbal, second is non-verbal. Coming to the verbal questions, we have basically 6 types of questions. There are more than that, but we'll be covering the basic 6 questions that come into OIRs. That is analogies, where you have to compare situation A with situation B. So let's take the first situation. as book is to reading. All right. So the first object that will get is fork in the B situation. So what is the most relatable thing to reading with fork? So as we use book to do the reading, what do we use the fork for? So that makes it eating. So this will be the missing link in the given question. You'll be given 4 options and you'll have to select the most appropriate one. When we talk about synonyms and antonyms, that itself explains that synonyms means similar meaning and antonyms means opposite meaning. So you'll be given a word. Let's say for synonyms, we are taking the word abundant. So the most reasonable meaning of abundant or any synonym of the word abundant is plenty or plentiful. All right. And in terms of antonyms, let's say we take the word courage. So the opposite of courage will be cowardice. That is the act of cowardness. All right. That are the basic questions where you have to test your English or your vocabulary. All right. Then comes a series completion where you'll be given a series of letters, words, and numbers in a lineup which will have a common logic or a break in between them. All right. So let's take the basic example of 1, 2, 3. So that's a difference of 1. All right. Taking a little bit more complex example, that is, let's say alphabets A, C, E, and G. So what do you think would be the possible answer? All right. So here we have a difference of one alphabet. We get difference of one alphabet here, one alphabet here. So here we have B, here we have D, here we have F. So again, we'll miss a word, that is H, and the next letter will be I. That is a very easy and a basic example just to explain what kind of series completion you'll have to face. You will be given 4 options to fill in the series. All right. The next example is the odd one out. So let's say we have a certain group of fruits. So let's say we have apple, mango, banana, and carrot. So as we all know, carrot is not an fruit. Then we'll discard this option, and that becomes your answer. That is the odd one out. The questions I'm giving you are very basic just to make you understand what kind of questions are coming to you. The difficulty of the questions are a little bit higher than this, just to test your logical and analytical skills. Then comes the coding and decoding, all right, which has certain words coded into something else, which would be very easy for you to decode, where you'll have to use patterns in a way that you have to write down A, B, C to X, Y, Z and number it down 1, 2, 3 and 24, 25, 26 respectively in between as well. So when you code this up, or even in the reverse order, you'll have certain words into coded words. So let's say cat is encoded into the word DBU, and you'll be given another word, that is dog. All right. So if you are given this code, then using this code, what do you think will be the code for dog? So here the logic is that we skip one word, that is we come down one letter in each word. So that means C becomes D, A becomes B, T becomes U. So here the answer will be E, then O becomes P, and G becomes H. So your answer is E, P, H. Such coding and decoding questions could be asked. It could be other way around as well, that if cat is decoded as DBU, then what is the word or what is the decoding of EPH, and the answer will be dog. Coming to mathematical operations. Basic mathematical operations are asked in obvious patterns, such as to test your fast mathematical skills. So let's take for example 2 plus 3 into 4, that makes it 14. And similarly, if given this logic, In this we have a lot of type of questions where the operations are substituted. Let's say plus is minus, uh, this is division. So what would be the result of, if this gives a certain answer, what would be the final result? That kind of questions are usually asked. But what we are going to discuss right now is simple mathematical operation, that is 2 plus 3 into 4 becomes 14. All right. So what would be the result of 5 plus 2 into 6? So here what we are doing is 3 into 4 becomes 12 and plus 2, that is 14. So same logic applying here. 2 into 6, that becomes 12, and we have 5 here, that makes it 17. So you'll be given 4 options again here. All right. So out of the 1, 17 is the right one. That is basically part of the verbal questioning. Okay, so coming to non-verbal questions, where we cover a certain type of questions which include pattern recognition. That is, let's take for an example a square in which there is a triangle on the bottom and a circle on the top left corner. All right. So the repetition is in a way, so what would be the next figure? You have to figure it out. So in this example, what we have done is the circle stays for the first cycle and rotates in the clockwise direction for the second cycle, then again stays steady. In the first cycle, if we see, the triangle again rotates in the clockwise direction, and in the second cycle it does not change. Again, in the third cycle the triangle rotates, so that makes the repetition. In the even cycles the circle is rotating, and in the odd cycles the triangle is rotating. So this, we are looking for the fifth rotation or the fifth cycle, so that makes it that we are going to rotate the circle as it is part of the uh, first, second, third, and sorry, my bad, there's a fourth cycle we are looking for. So in the fourth cycle it becomes an even rotation, so that means the circle will be rotating in a clockwise direction. So your answer becomes that the triangle will stay here and the circle will go on the bottom right corner. All right. So next type of questions that come into non-verbal question is figure classification, where what you have to do is figure out the type, different shape or different structure that does not follow the common reasoning or common sequence out of the structures. So very basic example: circle, square, triangle, and a rectangle. All right. So in this structure, in this example, the odd and outer is a circle, as it has no sides. It has infinite sides to be precise, and all of these sides have finite sides. So for you to practice, I'll give you an example, which is, you have a triangle, a square, a rectangle, and a rhombus. All right, it is a rhombus. So comment down below what is the answer of this question. If someone doesn't understand, please ask the queries in the comment box. Coming to the next type of questions, that is mirror and water images. What we deal here with is that we are given a situation of image. Let's take an arrow for an example. All right. So if we keep a mirror here, what would be its reflection? You'll be given certain examples. Let's share it to have a better understanding. So option 1 will be, it's a figuratively smaller structure. Second option, third option, and the fourth option is, all right. So in this case, you have to see two situations, that is the direction of arrow and the direction of the shading, which is from the left to the right. The inclination is towards the upper right side. All right. Whereas if you see these figures in here, as we talk about reflection, everything becomes opposite in respect to this mirror. All right. So in that perspective, the structure, the arrow direction is correct, but if you look at the shading, it is in the same direction. So that is not the correct answer. If we talk about second one, the shading and the direction are the same. So again, that is not a correct answer. If you talk about the third option, the direction is opposite. One situation is satisfied. And the second situation, that is the shading direction, is also opposite. So that makes it a right answer. The right answer is the third. So similarly, you'll be given a complex object or an image, which you'll have to figure out a mirror image of. All right. And in this situation, the third one is the right answer. Talking about embedded pictures. So you'll be given a picture with a lot of lines and diagrams inside it. Let's make a complex diagram randomly. Okay. And you'll be given options that 1, 2, 3, and 4th. So you'll be given 4 structures and you'll have to figure out which shape is inside this image. All right. So if we see, there is no rhombus structure inside this. There is no such structure which is a cup and a line. All right. We do not see a sigma figure inside it. And also, you don't have to change the orientation of the image to find out the answer, because if you see this structure, if you invert it, it will become this, but it is not in the right orientation. So do not consider it. But if we look at the third option, that is this, we look at here and we find that same structure here, right? So right answer is the third again. Paper folding and cutting. It's very easy when you look at examples, when you practice a lot, you'll be able to figure out that what kind of questions are this, and you'll be getting a lot of example questions. And to get that, please join the Telegram group t.me slash the Josh squad. All right, the link is in the description as well. You can click on it to join. Okay, so coming back to the questionnaires, the paper folding and cutting questions, you'll be given dotted lines. All right, let's say after this we have this, and you'll be given a certain options like one, what would be the final result after cutting or folding of the paper. So they'll give options such as 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so in this situation, if you cut this part, let's erase the another part. Okay, because we are folding it inwards, this part, as we had a dotted line here. So if we erase the other parts, all right, so that remains only the second option. All right, so the second option is the right answer. It is a very basic example of what we are trying to do here. All right, and coming to the last type of questions of the non-verbal. After this, we'll be going into question mode, where you can solve the questions by pausing the screen. All right, hit the pause button and try to solve the questions by yourself. And the last type of questions are figure series, where what you have to do is you have to predict that what kind of structure will be next in the given sequence. Let's take oval. All right, so here we have triangle, here we have rhombus, we have a circle. All right, and what will be the shape inside the oval? So what will be the final object? You have to predict. That kind of questions are usually asked. So first one is, let's say, oval inside oval, circle and an oval, square and an oval, and oval with a perpendicular oval. All right, third and the fourth option. So here what is happening is you are rotating the object. All right, in a triangle it is an inverted triangle, in a square it is a rotated, again a rotated square, circle, even if you rotate, it will stay a circle. If you rotate an original oval, it becomes an high eccentricity oval. Alright, so the answer is 4. Now, you can practice your timed questions. You can take at least 1 minute to solve the questions. As soon as the question comes up, you can pause your screen, start your timer as 1 minute. I'll be giving you solutions with it. So here comes the question. You can pause your screen and start your timer as 1 minute. All right. So as it is a verbal example, here what you have to do is this becomes your situation 1 or situation A, and this is your situation B. All right. There could be different things or kind of answers, but most probably the options will be different, so you do not get confused so much. So let's say the examples are sky, seeds, water, and nest. So as to this logic, the cup sits on a saucer and belongs to a saucer, that becomes a pair. Okay, so bird can sit on a nest and it becomes a pair. So the answer is nest. It is an example of verbal series completion, where here there are two solutions. There are two logics that you can solve this question through. All right. So the first logic that you can work upon is the differences. If you see, the difference here is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. If you see the difference here, it is 6. See the difference here, it is 8. So the difference of numbers is in incrementing 2. Alright. So if you take an example 0 here, an imaginary number, so here the difference would become 2. But we are not taking, as the situation is not given to us, we will not take that example for now. Alright. So continuing with that. So as the increment is of 2, alright, so 4 becomes 6, 6 becomes 8, so 8 becomes 10. And as we know, the increment is from first to second number is 4, increment is 6, increment is 8. So incrementing of 20 will be 20 plus 10, that is 30. So the answer is 30. This is one of the logic that you can use. And the second logic that you can use is that this series, if you have studied mathematics, you'll get to know that in number series, you can find a general method or general factor in a way that you can use this. So what you can use here is n square plus n. See, how do we generalize that is, let's take n in the first number. Just a second, let me erase this. All right. So the first number here is 1, 2, 3, and 4, where 1, 2, 3, 4 are n, and we have to convert the series into general form of n. This is usually when you have a lot of practice and you have a mathematical mindset where math is very easy for you. So this is the solution where it makes it very easy for you. Here if we see, if you compare 1 and 2, it would be very easy to see n plus 1, but that does not stand for this because this has to be 3. So it is not a general solution for it. So n plus 1 is not the correct answer. Here if we compare 2 and 6, it is in 2, 3, that makes it a complex logic. But if we see in simple terms, if we take n square, all right, where n is 1, 2, 3, 4, so n square plus n, so that makes it, here n is 1, so 1 plus 1 becomes 2, 1 square plus 1 becomes 2. If we take 2 for example, then 2 square plus 2, which is 4 plus 2 becomes 6. If we talk about 3, then we have 3 square plus 3, which is 9 plus 3 becomes 12. If we talk about 4 square plus 4, that is 16 plus 4, that becomes 20. So the next number in line is 5. Alright, so putting value of 5 in n square plus n gives us 5 square plus 5, that is 25, plus 5, that becomes 30. So again your answer becomes 30. Alright, these are the two logics you can solve series completion by. There are various methods of various series. You can join the Telegram group for practicing OIR questions. And as soon as you get sorted out into the Arjun program, we'll work into the detailed questions and solutions. Alright. So in this question, we have, as we had taken the example of triangle, square, circle, and rectangle, we have already done this. So this becomes, the answer is obviously circle, as it has infinite sides. Alright. Alright, so coming to the coding decoding question, where this example question has utensil as a word that has to be coded, and which is coded in W, V, G, P, U, K, N. Alright. See, usually if you write it down like this, it will be easier for you to manage because you have to compare the letters. Alright. So basically what happens is, this is an easy question. We can see that U, V, W, that means it is two letter difference. V is missing here. T, we have T and U here. Alright. We have E, F here, N, O, P here, S, T, U here, I, J, K here, and L, M. So these are the missing letters in between. So we can directly say the difference is of two letters. Alright, the same way what we have to find is, we have to decode it. Alright, so the code given to us is DMSFXG. Alright, would be coded, which word would be coded? So this is a question of decoding. Alright, so what in the difficult question you will do is that we write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, my bad, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and the Z. Alright, so what we'll do is, for the starters, we'll start marking them. So that is 3, 4, 5. We are doing this because usually the questions have relations of numbers and letters to decode and code. That is, we saw the difference of 2 here, right? So you can directly manage this by watching the numbers letter series here, and it'll be easier for you to manage if you have the sequence in front of you. All right. Five and the Z is 26. All right. So this is ascending. All right. This is ascending code, two numbers. Now descending. All right, for descending you don't have to write this whole thing reverse because it is time consuming and it is time limited thing. So what you can do is, you can just write this single code, and if you want to find a reverse code of something, let's say if we want, let's take this as n. All right, and reverse order as n dash. So if you want to find any number of n dash, that is, let's say I want to have n dash, that is reverse order number of t. All right, so that means let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is the seventh number from the reverse order. So we have a simple formula: n is equal to 26 minus n dash minus 1 in the bracket. All right. So what will this do is that, if someone has given a question that I want to find the seventh letter from the reverse, then you simply put 7 here. So that makes it 26 minus 7 minus 1. So that is 26 minus 6, that is 20. And if you see, the 20th letter here is T. Understood? So simply, if you want to find a reverse letter order, then you have to substitute the reverse number, the sequence of number here, and you'll directly able to get the n, because as you have made already the n chart, so you'll be able to find the letter easier and faster. All right. Okay, so that is it for number. Let's come back to the question. So in this question, we have to go back to two words. All right, because as we have given the coded word, and we have to find the original word. All right. So all right. So this is original word. This is coded word. All right. And here, which word would be coded as DMSFXG? All right. So we have to decode it. So we go back. So as the given code word to us is DMSFXG, the answer would be, the missing link is C. Here it is L, R, E, W, and F. So we are going upwards right now, but we have to subtract 2 from S, minus 2 letters, as this becomes the original code and this is the coded, sorry, it is original word and this is coded word. All right, I hope you get the logic. So let's go to the next question. You can pause your screen and try to solve it yourself, and I'll be giving the explanation simultaneously. All right, it is a very simple pattern recognition question here. The usual questions for the pattern recognition are more complex, has more shapes, but just to explain you how the pattern recognition works, there are different sectors where you also have questions where you have to fill in the series. All right, so this question might be in form of that. I give you one line here, one circle here, small line here, as the same structure so here. All right, second is two circles and a line, three circles and a line, then what will be the last one? All right, so you have to fill in. So you obviously know that the circles are increasing, so you'll have four circles and a line. That becomes a simple solution. In this case, it has also the factor of rotation. If I bring in rotation, then we have the circle downwards and the line upwards. All right, so if you see, uh, the first and the third rows are opposite. All right, so if the circle is facing upwards, in the lower case it is facing downwards in the all three cases. So if two circles are facing downwards, here it is upwards. If it is upwards, then it will be downwards. So we got the formation of rotation. So we have one circle here downwards, two circle here downwards, and three circle here downwards. Now following the trends of circles, we have only one circle in the first row, two circles in the second, and in following the trend, the third circle, the third box filled will have three, because even in this way the circles are incrementing. If you see, one circle, two circle, three circle, one circle, two circle, three circle. So according to the trend, it will be one circle, two circle, and three circle. So we have three circle options as B and C. But as we have checked the condition in the first question that the circles are facing downwards, so the answer is C. So that is it for the OIR lecture. Uh, for more preparation for the SSBs, no matter what entry you have, NDA, CDS, AFCAT, SSC Tech, you have TES, TGC, or any other entry for SSB, please join our Telegram group t.me/the Josh Squad for regular VAT, SRT, TAT, and OIR questions. If you want more practice, we'll soon enough be releasing our Arjun 2.0, and you can join us through Arjun 2.0 for personal coaching. Alright, that is it for the lecture. Thank you. Please follow our channel in the YouTube, subscribe, and ring the bell icon for all the notification and videos regarding to SSB trading. Thank you very much.